everyone, Kelly here, and today I want to talk about the books that I have planned for the Middle Grade Magic Readathon, which is a readathon that I'm hosting with a few other co-hosts. And I will link my announcement video down below and link to all my co-hosts and also the document we made with all of the prompts. And the readathon starts today, and I meant to put up my TBR earlier this month, but I've just not been great at filming lately. I finally got a new tripod. That was part of the reason I wasn't filming, because my other tripod was broken and I had to tape it upright to make it stay, and it still would fall over. So now I have a new tripod and I hopefully will get back to filming. And so I thought I would start off with the books I'm going to read for the rest of October. So this readathon runs from the 20th through the end of October. And we have 2 different tiers for this. And so if you want to participate, you still have time. You could participate for the rest of the month, or just even read one middle grade book and you would be participating. And so the way we split up the prompts was we did tier 1, which was really simple and could be fulfilled with our group read or else other books that you pick. And those, this covers all 3 of the prompts in tier 1, which are read a seasonal book. This is a witchy type book, which feels seasonal for me. Read a book that's on a reading list or has won an award. And I think this was on a reading list that we found. And then also by a Latin American author. And so I'm reading Witchlings by Claribel Ortega, which is about kind of a witch school. And we're doing this as a group read, and we will have the live show where we chat about this. I think it's November 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll write it here so that we make sure I have it right. And so if you want to join us, read this. It would fit all of the prompts in tier 1. I'm really looking forward to this. This is the only one I'm for sure going to read. So the rest of the books of my TBR, I put in all the prompts for tier 2, but I'm not forcing myself to finish all of these, but they're all books I'm really excited about, so I wanted to talk about them. Part of what I like about doing a TBR is just to be able to talk about books that I'm excited for, whether I get to them right now or in several months. I still want to tell you about them because I'm excited to read them at some point. And a lot of these, especially the first few, feel very seasonal to me. I'm just wanting to read all the kind of spooky things. I especially love spooky middle grade books. So I'm excited to read a lot of these, but we'll see how many I get to because I just haven't been reading as much quantity lately. But hopefully that means higher quality if I pick ones that I really think I'm gonna like. So the first prompt for tier 2 is to read a friend recommendation. And for that, I want to read Green Glass House by Kate Milford. This was recommended to me by Kara from Wild Book Garden, who is one of the other hosts of this readathon. And she had put this on a list of books that I was going to read back in April. That was when my big reading slump started, so I didn't get to this one. And it feels like we're approaching that kind of winter time anyways. And also this is a mystery. So I think this will be a good bridge between fall and winter type of book. And the second prompt is to read a book in a series. And so I picked Peter Nimble and His Fantastic Eyes by Jonathan Auxier. I have really enjoyed the other 2 books I read by this author. And so I picked this up and was super excited to read it. I actually bought both books in this duology 2 years ago. Never picked them up. And so I think this is a good time of year to get around to reading this. And if I really enjoy it, maybe I'll just go into the second one and, it's okay to switch up the TBR. So that's my prompt for in a series. And the next prompt is to read a book that counts towards a goal. And for that, I picked In Darkling Wood by Emma Carroll. And this one has that kind of feeling where there's a dark enchanted wood with fairies in it and a big house. So I think it'll have a little bit of spooky, but also that kind of magical fantasy vibe. And this one counts towards a goal that I had. I think this is one of the books I had as the 23 books that I want to read in 2023. I've only read half of those books, so it would be nice if I read a couple more of those this year. Then the next prompt is to read a book by an author you love, and for that I picked Castle Hangnail by Ursula Vernon. This definitely looks like a book I should read in October. I think I started this last year, but it was kind of past spooky season, and I just wasn't really wanting spooky books anymore, so definitely want to pick this up now. Ursula Vernon is also T. Kingfisher, who I love a lot of her books. And I've also read a couple books by T. Kingfisher lately that I've been disappointed in. And so I kind of think reading this one of her middle grade novels, will kind of boost back up as one of my authors that I love. And I think this is about a girl who shows up on this castle's doorstep who is looking for a witch and says she's a witch. And I think she also really can't do magic, and so kind of like fake it till you make it kind of like situation. I'm sure it'll be funny because that's her humor. Next is to read a book in a genre that you don't normally read in middle grade, and for that I don't usually read contemporary. I'm more of a fantasy or historical fiction fan when it comes to middle grade books. But occasionally I like to read a good contemporary. And so for this, I'm going to read Patina by Jason Reynolds. And this is book 2 in a series. This was also recommended to me by Kara. And I was going to read it early in the year and didn't get around to it. And so I really enjoyed the first book in this series. It's all about these kids on a track team. But book 1 was excellent. So that'll be a good one to continue on. The next prompt is to read a book from a previous TBR. I have plenty of things I could pick for this because I'm always making TBRs and then not completing them. But the book I chose was The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This is a historical fiction that takes place during World War II. And I really enjoyed the first book, and I would just like to finish some series before the end of the year. And since this is just duology, by reading this, I will have accomplished another series. So I would like to pick this up. And I did actually start it, which I don't even think I put a bookmark in it. I am already like 3 chapters into this, so definitely want to read that one. And the last prompt is to read a book that involves Latin American folklore or mythology, and for that I picked up The Enchanted Life of Valentina Mejia by Alexandra Alessandri. And this one, sorry, it's so shiny. I picked this up at the library. I saw it and I was like, oh, I wonder what that's about. And when I opened it up, it was saying that it is based off of, I think it's a Colombian mythology or folklore, so I thought that would be a good one. It looks really cute. That looks kind of like some kind of dragon or something on the front, so I'm excited to try that book. And those are all the books on my TBR. Just like I said, I don't think I'll finish all of these, but they're all books that I want to read at some point. I'm really looking forward to them. Hopefully I get at least like 3, maybe 4 read over the next couple weeks. If you would like to participate, like I said, I will put the Google Doc down below that has all the prompts. You don't have to complete all of them. You only can just read one book and you will be participating and having fun, enjoying middle grade books. And that's really all we want to accomplish with this readathon, is to get people to read middle grade books and see how they can still be enjoyable as adults to step into these like worlds created by middle grade authors. And that's it for me today, and I will see you next time. Bye.